Hi, this is Christopher Wook from Android Authority, and we're here with a review of the Lenovo IdeaTab S2110. This is a hybrid-style tablet, meaning that with the optional dock, it can be used more like a laptop, while removing the dock leaves you with a standard tablet. The S2110 starts at $429 for just the basic version of the tablet, and can go as high as $579 for the tablet with more internal storage, plus the optional dock. Let's start by taking a look at the technical specs. The IdeaTab S2110 has a 10-inch screen and a 1280 by 800 pixel IPS display. Inside, we'll find a 1.5 GHz dual-core Snapdragon processor and 1 GB of RAM. There are two models of the S2110 available, featuring either 16 or 32 GB of internal storage. We also have a 6,340 mAh 2-cell battery inside the tablet, and another one inside the optional dock, which effectively doubles battery life. Lenovo claims around 9 hours of battery life for the tablet alone, and up to 20 hours with the dock attached. In our testing, we didn't find this to be quite as high, with the battery life ranging from 8 to 16 hours, depending on whether or not we were using the dock. Now let's take a look at the device itself. On the front, we'll of course find the screen and the 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. On the left side, we'll find the mini HDMI slot, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and the left speaker port. This is actually very well placed, as when you're holding the tablet with both hands, it isn't easy to accidentally cover the speaker. On the back, we'll find the 5 megapixel rear-facing camera. On the right side, we simply find the right speaker port and the volume rocker. On top of the device, we find the power button and microphone. Looking at the dock, on the front we'll find a full-sized SD card slot. On the left, we see a mini USB slot as well as two full-sized USB slots. Nothing else is found on the rear or on the right side of the dock. The bottom of the dock is simply the same surface that we find on the back of the tablet, which, by the way, is surprisingly likely to pick up fingerprints. The dock itself works very well. The keyboard is especially noteworthy, with a nice solid feel to the keys and excellent spacing. The touchpad isn't quite as impressive. It's hard to put a finger on what exactly it is, but it just feels wrong, and I found myself simply using the touchscreen quite often. The sound quality of the built-in speakers is generally good, at least as far as tablets go. They're certainly loud, and as we mentioned earlier, the placement of them means that you'll find yourself covering them with your hands far less often than you would on some other tablets. Now, let's take a look at the IdeaTab S2110 in action. The device runs Android version 4.0.3 Ice Cream Sandwich. It is skinned, which may put some users off, but we didn't find that performance took much of a hit as a result of this. The main launcher screen is grouped into widgets, with apps separated into different categories like Life, Social, Games, and Media. Tapping one of these widgets expands it and allows you to add your own apps. The icons on the home screen can be edited by a long press on the screen, which brings you into edit mode, allowing you to delete items, for example. If you end up making a mistake, it's easy to simply exit edit mode without saving your changes. Scrolling on the home screen can be a little laggy due to its rotating cube effect, which can't be turned off in settings. We said earlier that performance didn't take a hit from the launcher, and this is true. Performance in apps and games won't be affected. You'll only notice this slowdown on the home screen and in the app drawer. The IdeaTab S2110 comes with quite a few apps pre-installed, like Documents to Go, SugarSync, and a handful of basic games. It's unfortunate that these can't be removed unless you run a custom ROM. Luckily, some of them, like ES File Explorer, are useful. One thing that can be removed is the Lenovo App Shop, since it was discontinued in September. While the App Shop is installed initially, an over-the-air software update removed it soon after I began testing the tablet. The rear camera on the S2110 takes decent pictures, especially in well-lit situations. It still functions well enough in low light, but pictures tend to be on the grainy side. The video isn't quite as nice. While it can look okay, the frame rate seems to be choppy and the mic is easily distorted by louder sounds. Despite being plastic, the IdeaTab S2110 is very solid feeling without any of the bending or creakiness we've seen in some other tablets lately. The device doesn't twist in your hands at all in general use, or even if you try to do this on purpose. Though it's solid, the S2110 is surprisingly light and thin, being just a hair thinner than the Galaxy Tab 2 10.1. In general, despite Lenovo not really being a major player when it comes to tablets, this is a very polished build. Despite the fact that it attracts fingerprints, the matte surface on the back of the tablet and the bottom of the dock give the S2110 a very stylish, professional appearance. Okay, let's wrap up the review. In the end, the Lenovo IdeaTab S2110 is a useful and solidly built tablet with some great features. There were just a few things about it that we didn't like, but the good outweighs the bad in this case. The main problem with the S2110 is the price. If Lenovo drops the price a bit, they could find themselves with a solid competitor to the Asus Transformer series. Now we want to know what you think about the Lenovo IdeaTab S2110, whether you think it's worth the price or what you'd prefer to see it priced at. This has been Christopher Wook for Android Authority, and we'd love to hear what you think of this and other Android Authority videos.